So day 15 of Packers training camp is now officially in the books. So let's take a look at these different reports from these different reporters. First off, if we start off with the injuries, we have some good injury news. First off, Carrington Valentine was back for individual drills, and he'd been out a little while, and so now he's back in a limited capacity, which is a great sign. That came out from Matt Schneidman. And then Tucker Kraft did get back into 11-on-11 drills yesterday, per Mike Spofford. Then here we have a full injury report from Pete Doherty, who said this. Still out, Marshawn Lloyd with a hamstring injury, Jarvian Howard with an ankle injury, defensive end Keyshawn Banks with a groin injury, and then Edgerrin Cooper with a hip injury. And two of those guys, those injuries are somewhat concerning. Not that all of them aren't concerning. You never want to see players injured, of course. But Marshawn Lloyd has dealt with multiple injuries here in camp, and he played well in his one or so snaps in that preseason game, but to already have a hamstring injury, it's just tough because I think we saw his explosiveness and what he has the capacity to do, and so hopefully this isn't a theme that continues for Marshawn Lloyd. And then Edgerrin Cooper, it's just tough when you're a rookie to miss a lot of time. Edgerrin Cooper already was not with the starters, and so for him to miss more time, it's just not a great start here for his training camp. Then from Andy Herman, who says, McDuffie again with a run stop, this time on Dillon. Dude's been all over the place. Now Emmanuel Wilson loses yards on a run. The Packers' run defense is absolutely dominating right now. And that is something that has not happened in Green Bay for a while. Packers' run defense is dominating. It's been a pretty average to below average unit, I would say, over the years. And let's hope that once the regular season comes around, this is something that we continue to see. But the Packers' run defense today, dominating. Then from Andy Herman as well, play action check down to Emmanuel Wilson, and there's 3 defenders waiting for him. Clifford quick outside to Melton, Ballantyne there for the quick stop. Then from Paul Brettel, really nice block by Dillon against Smith on a Jacobs run, seeing some 2 running backs sets the last week. So A.J. Dillon still trying to finish off that second running back spot. He may or may not do it. We'll see how things progress in the final 2 preseason games. I think that Emmanuel Wilson is a better back. We'll see what happens here. Wes Hodgwood says, good team period for defense. Sniffed out some screens. Wyatt and Lucas Van Ness were drive in backfield. Clifford took the 2 reps. So I guess he's saying Wyatt and Lucas Van Ness were in the backfield lots of the drive. Then from Wes Hodgwood, both Joseph and Carlson went 2 for 3. Joseph good from 33 and 41. Missed off left upright from 45. Carlson good from 47 and 45, missed a right from 41, and we'll get some more kicker updates later in the video. Then Wes Hodgwood's delayed McDuffie blitz, but O-line holds up and Love connects with Kraft for 15 yards to the 2-yard line. And as I said earlier, the Packers, if they're fully healthy this year, they have more talent when it comes to receiver and tight end than maybe any team in the league when it comes to actual depth, because of all the draft capital that they've spent on receivers and tight ends the past couple seasons. Then Andy Herman, Gary with back-to-back run stops behind the line of scrimmage, 1 on Jacobs, 1 on Dillon. Run game is a major struggle right now for the offense. Love, perfect throw to Kraft on a corner route, Williams in coverage down at the 1, Love to Dobbs on a fade, Jair pass breakup. So on the one hand, you love to see the run defense dominating. On the other hand, this Packers run offense is also struggling. So when we look last year at the Packers, when Aaron Jones was not healthy early in the season, when A.J. Dillon was the back, the Packers offense really struggled. The running game couldn't really do too much consistently. And then when Aaron Jones came back, that's when the offense completely opened up. And when you have a guy averaging, close to 5 yards a carry, if not exactly 5 yards a carry, around there, it just opens things up for Jordan Love, the offense, and let's hope that this Packers offense can get there. Maybe it's the offensive line and their inability to block the run. Who knows? Because I think Josh Jacobs is a good enough talent to make things happen if he has the right situation and his offensive line is blocking for him. Then Andy Herman, Love Wicks, touchdown. Ballantyne looks around for a flag for a push-off, but doesn't get it. The connection between those two has been great in camp. And I saw the Wicks touchdown floating around on Twitter, and it looks real nice. You can see Wicks, he could be taking another jump in year 2, and that competition for who's going to really finish off the year as the number 1 producing receiver, it's going to be a fun thing to watch this year. Then Andy Herman says, it seems like it's been primarily Clifford with the 2s so far today. So yesterday, I brought up how the reports were that Pratt was taking some of the number 2 reps near the end of practice, which had been in those situations had not happened. And so now Clifford here at the 2s. And so it doesn't look like Pratt has officially jumped Clifford, but it could happen. We'll keep an eye on it. Ryan Wood, every time you look up, Evan Williams is around the football. Just forced a 3rd down drop against Samori Toure over the middle. And Evan Williams, he's been playing so well, played well in the preseason game. Him and Javon Bullard have both been playing well. So the Packers have a lot of depth now at safety, where last year that was not the case. Now Andy Herman says Pratt now in with the 2s. Emmanuel Wilson with another nice run with the 2s. Showed off the burst. Pratt fires one for a comeback to Heath. Pratt fires again over the middle to Toure on a great throw. Williams knocks it out at the very end, though. Incomplete. Pratt drops sidearm to Davis, who catches but falls down in the process. Nice job by 17 to avoid the ball getting batted down. Pratt with a dime deep down the right sidelines. King was in good coverage and it was a contested play. But one Melton needs to find a way to come down with. A really nice stretch of play from Pratt. So Michael Pratt, his nice training camp continues. He is definitely taking some strides forward this camp, especially in that preseason game, I believe. And it continues here. Then from Andy Herman, here we have Love gets TJ Slayton to jump with a hard count, takes a shot over the middle, knowing he has a free play. McDuffie skies to tip the ball, tries to tip the ball, and falls perfectly for Quay for the pick. Next play, Love gets immediately pressured by Smith, throws one up for Musgrave, and it looks like it's going to be complete. But Jair breaks on it and makes a beautiful pick along the sidelines. And that's something we need to see this year is Jair getting interceptions. As we've talked about, this Packers defense last year just struggled when it came to forcing turnovers. And I do think that's going to be a big change we see here this year with Jeff Hafley and his aggressive style. Then Andy Herman. Emmanuel Wilson continues his strong camp with a shifty run inside for a solid gain. Clifford to Hicks for a good pickup on the next play. So Wilson pushing for that RB2, RB3 spot. Then more kicker updates from Andy Herman. Joseph goes 1 for 3. He is 3 of 6 on the day. Carlson goes 2 of 3. He's 4 of 6 on the day. Totals for camp, Greg Joseph, 50 of 60, 83.3%. Anders Carlson, 48 of 60, 80%. Alex Hale, 10 for 15, 66.7%. So those are not great numbers for kickers. Last year, Carlson was around 80%, right around there, same as Joseph, which was 25th and 26th or 7th in the league. And so it has not been a great camp for these kickers, I would say. And it's definitely the biggest weakness on this team. That's my take right now at this time. And so hopefully they figure that out. And then Andy Herman says, Packers running a bunch of read option today. It's worked decently, but Aaron Mosby was all over that one for Clifford for a tackle for loss. And Mosby had a lot of splash plays in that preseason game. Then Pratt hits Heath over the middle, slightly behind him, but Heath adjusts for a nice pickup. May have been a fumble at the end of the play, and Heath was slightly shaken up, but doesn't seem serious at all. No trainer by him. Pratt to Melton next. Pratt low-key on fire today. So, Michael Pratt, think he's better. We'll see if that continues. Ryan Wood, a good drive from Jordan Love, runs out at the time. 11 yards from game, tying touchdown. Packers offense started at 0-35 with 1:40 on clock, needing touchdown. Love completed 8 of 9 passes for 54 yards to 5 different targets, but clock expired after 8-yard completion to Wicks on slant. And then finally here, Wes Hodquist, Clifford led number 2 offense downfield, including a 23-yard pass and seam to Sims, but 2-minute doesn't produce points as Joseph misses kick as clock was running. I think that was from a little bit earlier in that practice. And then to end it off, Rob Domofsky says that the practice number 15 goes 2 hours and 8 minutes, ends with 2 botched 2 minutes. Love ran out of time at the 11-yard line. Clifford got sacked. Then Joseph missed a field goal, which was already brought up. To be fair, the goalposts were being wheeled into place, but it appears to miss anyway. So those are the updates from today. If you want more Packers content, feel free to subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys next time.